New businesses often get a lot of attention, but well-established entrepreneurs also have many lessons that can give us insights into the challenges and opportunities for the entrepreneurship community in our state. New Mexico in Focus producer Sarah Gustavus recently sat down with Carlo Lucero. His business, Sparkle Maintenance, has been around for 50 years, but he's brought his own priorities and focus to the business after taking it over from his parents in the 90s. He tells Sarah what he's learned from running and growing a family business and the policies that he thinks helps and hurts small businesses in our state.
Carlo Lucero, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Let's talk first about what makes your business unique. We're talking to a lot of different business owners in the next couple of months. What do you think makes your business different?
Well, we're a long-term business here in the community. We're in our 51st year of business. I'm the second generation owner, along with my brother Paul. And so we're real proud of continuing the legacy that my parents started when they founded the business in 1964.
What services do you provide at Sparkle Maintenance?
We're a commercial cleaning firm. We clean office buildings, manufacturing facilities, banks, any type of commercial building that needs cleaning, we do it.
And since you took over in 1991, what's your growth looked like?
Pretty significant growth. For many years, our first 20 years, we were very much a mom and pop firm. And my father, his primary career was out at Sandia Labs. He retired there after 35 years, around the mid-'80s. And at that time, my brother and I started getting involved in the firm. And then in 1991, we started working in the federal government arena. And that's what led to the ownership change. And when my brother and I really took over. However, my parents continued working in the business. And today, my father passed away several years ago, but my mother still comes to the office every day at age 85.
What's different about being in a family-owned business, do you think?
Well, I think the pride level is very high because our name, our family name, is on everything we do. So that is an added level of responsibility that we welcome, my brother and I, and it's a great motivator, especially when you've been doing something for so long. We've been in this industry practically all our lives, so that is a continuous motivation to continue to grow and to continue to maintain our reputation as a company.
And you serve in the Hispano Chamber of Commerce and the Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce. Why do you believe that business owners should advocate for themselves, advocate for their businesses with elected officials and government leaders?
That's a great question. I think small businesses are actually under attack in today's economy, and there are a lot of challenges that we face to continue our business. So it's great to talk about the pride level that I have in our family business, but the reality is that with the changing economic environment that we're in, it's a daily challenge. So the chambers are an excellent avenue to have the business voice shared in the community and at the legislative levels.
What are some specific ways that you think are causing small businesses to struggle in New Mexico right now? What's behind that?
Well, I would say federal government is one of the big obstacles right now to small business. Because of the economic challenges that we have nationally and globally for that matter, I think the federal government looks to alternate avenues to improve the economy. And when I say alternate, they're looking at, I think, in very many areas, the wrong ways to boost our economy. And by that I mean imposing regulations on firms and different policies such as the Affordable Care Act and minimum wage, I think are two areas that are very much hurting small businesses today.
Now, specifically to New Mexico, what would a business-friendly environment in New Mexico look like to you?
Well, there are many things that go into that. I think One of them at the state level that is very much hurting the economy is our ease of access to driver's licenses. So I think the immigration that's happening in our state of illegal immigrants is profound and hurting our economy significantly.
Do you think that opinion is shared by other folks in the Hispano Chamber?
Some.
And what do you think small businesses in New Mexico, maybe folks who are starting out now, you've been in a business that's been around for 50 years, but folks who are just starting their business today, what do you think they need in order to not just keep the doors open, but to thrive and grow their business here in our state?
I think it goes back to what we just talked about. There are lots of entities that are available to help businesses today, more than there have ever been, and that's fantastic. I'm very proud of our city and state for that. But if the economy is not healthy, then small business will continue to struggle. So I always go back to economic issues at a global level. There are so many programs now to help businesses, but again, if our economy is not growing, it's going to be a continuous struggle. So I think we need to take a very strong look at eliminating regulations that are in place that are keeping small businesses from really focusing on growing their marketplace. We spend so much time just complying with regulations and laws, and I've probably spent personally 160 hours in the last 3 months on Affordable Care Act compliance alone. So my opportunity cost when I'm spending that much time on a regulation is huge. I'm not out in the marketplace. I'm not promoting my company, and I'm not focusing as much on finances. So it's a very big distraction, and as a small business, a lot of us owners have to do a lot of different things.
Absolutely. Are you hopeful about the future for entrepreneurs in Albuquerque?
I am, but I think if the small business voice is louder and that we're talking about making significant changes at all levels of government so that restrictions are pulled down and we're encouraged to grow instead of viewed as the tax collector. American businesses are the tax collectors of society. So we're continually looked at for implementation of programs that don't always help us. So I think we really need to be active, and it's difficult for the very same reasons I just spoke about. We're very busy keeping our businesses thriving and our doors open and recruiting quality folks and leaders. But so I'm optimistic because I'm naturally an optimistic person. I love New Mexico. I love the city of Albuquerque, but I'm very concerned about how our state has languished economically, and we're not making enough changes that we need to. Education reform is another huge area that our state continues to languish in.
Carlo Lucero, thanks for sitting down with us.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for your time.